You know, there's been something bothering me about this Horcrux thing.
Yeah?
I mean, I just don't get it. Like, it's so obvious that the Dark Lord had Horcruxes because he just never died. And when he did die, he came back. And
Yeah.
I know, Dumbledore said that people had made Horcruxes before, but the Dark Lord was the only one that made more than one. Mm-hmm. But if people had made it before, how come nobody said, "Oh, I bet Voldemort's got Horcruxes"?
Yeah,
I mean, take care of it.
Yeah, yeah. Even Dumbledore didn't know that the Horcruxes were made for the longest time, so who's to say Moore didn't make some?
That's true. I mean, yeah, he even told Harry, like, before they went into the Pensive, that Dumbledore didn't know exactly what was going on, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He could have been as wrong as that Humphrey Belcher when he thought the time was right for a cheese cauldron.
Yeah. I mean, what's up with cheese cauldrons? That doesn't even make any sense.
I mean, is that a joke or is it real? I don't understand what...
Dumbledore's always joking. How would you know when he's being serious?
But why would you have a cheese cauldron?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the original cauldron?
It doesn't serve any purpose. What's a Swiss cheese? The potion would just fall right through the holes. There's no way it would contain it.
What would you eat it after you're done with your potion? What is it more compact? I don't understand the benefits.
To make the potion smell like cheese, and what would that? I mean, what purpose would cheese smelling potions?
I mean,
serve?
Did no one do a cost benefit analysis on regular stone cauldrons and cheese cauldrons? I mean, why would anybody think it would be beneficial?
It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Think about when you get your ingredients, your beetle wings and your salamander tails and your wolfsbane, and you got your amortentia, and you're stirring it up, and your Felix Felicis, and once that thing gets going, it's gonna boil, and it's gonna soak, and the potion is just gonna... It's just gonna
melt the cheese.
Yeah, it's just gonna melt the potion's gonna melt the cheese.
It's gonna melt the cheese.
1, 2, 3, hit it! The potion will melt the cheese. 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 Humphrey Belcher and the Cheese Cauldrons. How did we come up with the name for the band? You mean, where did we get our band name from? It's a funny story, actually. We were on the set in L.A., out in Hollywood. Humphrey Bogart is one of my favorite actors, and he's quite a character. Him, Bette Davis, Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, Estelle Getty, Grace Kelly, all on the set of Sunset Boulevard. And, Humphrey, what we called him, Humphrey Bogart, he was a drunk, right? And you get a few whiskeys in him and he couldn't stop burping. So we would call him Humphrey Belcher. Right, you know how the old gag was back then. It was right after the big sleep back in the 40s. And there was this one night he got really wasted and he couldn't stop burping. So we were like, "Hey Belcher, Humphrey, when are you gonna stop burping?" Right? And man, you know how Grace Kelly was back then too. And Judy Garland, vodka, painkillers, and Twinkies, all in one, and that's all she could handle. And she would start burping too. So we had this drink that Judy liked to drink called a cheese cauldron, and because she had bad diarrhea, and so she would put the little melted cheese in the shot of vodka, sprinkle some Valium, and soak it in a Twinkie and eat it. And so this one night, she had a few of those. Humphrey had a few of his, and they kind of got together, right? Well, there's pictures everywhere. And they had to be subdued, they had to be tranquilized, and they had to be taken to the mental hospital. And we never let them live it down.
How did we get the name of our band? Well, we were in a park in New Zealand, the home of Frodo Baggins. Anyways, there was this park, and they have a problem with people humming over there, and it's kind of like a no hum zone. There's a sign that actually says no humming. And we thought, dang man, we ought to be free to hum whenever we want to. So we were thinking Humphrey, and of course the P, that's Craig's favorite letter, so we had the P in Humphrey, Humphrey. So it actually sounds like Humphrey, but that's not the way we wanted it to be. So really, we just want to be free to hum. And then Belcher, that makes sense. Cheese Cauldrons, that makes sense. I mean, that stuff just kind of goes with it, you know. So that's why we named our band. But who ate all the everybody knows I hate yellows. Everybody knows. God. When the Death Eaters came, you stood up and fought them, and we won't ever need a remembrall to remember Neville Longbottom. Our inspiration? That's a dumb question. We're a wizard band. We're a wizard rock band. You don't ask the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch where it got its inspiration. You know, it just is. It's awesome. It's obvious where we got ours. You know, my inspiration is probably quadruple fold. Harry and the Potters.
I gotta get my energy up to rock. Where do I get my interpretation? Well, that's pretty easy. The Harry Potter books. I mean, the whole point of a wizard band is to try and stay as close to the actual storyline as possible. Because, I mean, after all, that's where all the funny humor and the nuances come from. You know, people can relate to, you know, your songs because they actually happened in real life, you know? Oh, man. So that's where we get our interpretation is, you know, from the Harry Potter moment of the Chamber of Secrets in Defense Against the Dark Arts class when Professor Lockhart brings out the pixies to tell about, you know, about this animal and then ends up letting him go and then leaves because he doesn't know how to catch him himself, and so he leaves the students to catch him.
Okay, so it could be Gilderoy.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like a melody, like
Gilderoy, boy, heart. You're such a jerk.
And then, but I also want to kind of just start from beginning to end of scene.
Yeah.
To where that's really just the song.
Oh, okay.
Ending and Neville hanging from
Gilderoy,
of course.
you were teaching defense against the
dark arts. The students at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's got a good. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Gilderoy, you act like you have no fear, but now Neville's hanging from the chandelier. Yeah, that's really good.
I like
that's
that.
gonna
I like
work.
that.
Just put it together, yeah. Yeah, and then because it's really good to capture all the actual events that really happened in real life. So it's, you know, they're gonna appreciate the nuances of our music, you know, our fan base. So yeah, that's really good. I like that.